Hello fellow annoyances, it is me, Mr.Annoyance, and honestly I was trying to stay out of these kinds of videos, but honestly I figured I'd throw my hat in the ring at this point. Due to a recent post I found from Business Insider, which I don't know if it's a trustworthy website, but from the title alone made me just facepalm. For Gen Zers tired of dating, applications for Lavender Marriages are open. Now, a lavender wedding I've never heard of, but apparently it's been quack, duck! It was coined in the 1920s, primarily used for LGBTQ people because, well, they were not very appreciated back then. But apparently now, the term has been reamped by Gen Zers who are, quote-unquote, struggling at life. Which, newsflash, it's tough all around, guys, so suck it up. The article goes on to read, for many young people right now, the dating scene is rough. Yeah, it's been rough for a long time, hasn't it? Now, reading through it a bit more at the bottom there, but on social media, recently the term Lavender Marriages has been appropriated by some Gen Zers who are tired of being broke, single, and lonely. Now, I would agree being lonely is sad, it's depressing, but unfortunately sometimes that's how the world works. You gotta be lonely for a while. You'll get someone at some point. But reading into it more and more, I just realized how stupid it was. The fact of the matter that everyone seems nowadays, oh, it's all people's fault, it's this person's fault, it's that person's fault, oh, it sucks, I can't do this, I can't do that. When in reality, it's down to two specific things, at least the two that I believe are. For one, men, but not just any man, the Soy Boy era, quote-unquote, by a lot of people. Now, this term has bled into my vocabulary just recently, and I never knew what it meant, so I actually looked it up, and I found out that a soy boy is a projective term sometimes used online to basically describe men who lack masculine characteristics, such as being a overall breadwinner of the family, a strong, independent man, and more of a term of a cuck, which am not gonna go into on this channel. The best way I can say it is that, guess what? Your woman ain't your woman at that point. And due to men like this existing, it's basically bringing me into the second part, and if anything, the major part of why all this is going on.
Women.
The women of this generation are beyond worse than the men. While the men are technically funding these kinds of women, aka OnlyFans, the real thing about all of this is that it's just the women instigating a lot of why men are doing this. For one, the best way I can describe it is from this one video here that just sums it up in the whole sense.
I think catcalling is such a big deal because I'm not out here dressed like this. You can give a little pan of the outfit. This is not for others' view. This is for me, and this is what I feel most comfortable in. This is what I feel most comfortable in.
A bullshit?
I'm wearing this for me has to be the funniest thing because I feel most comfortable in it. Now granted, they are, I believe, in Las Vegas from the pictures and the video and all that, but at the same time, you're saying you're gonna wear that in, I don't know, you're gonna go to Canada and wear that? I seriously doubt that. You're in Vegas, woman. You know why you're in Vegas, and everyone else knows why you're there. You're there to pick up on some men and get some dick. Because what else are you going to Sin City for besides gambling and drugs? Another reason why I find this whole lavender marriage bullshit just funny is because, again, women are sabotaging relationships, considering that another thing that everyone knows about is the man versus the bear problem that every woman, man, and gender fluid person is asking about.
Would you rather be stuck in a forest with a man or a bear?
Before anything, like, that woman right there, I feel has no reason to talk. Like, her face looks nothing like anything a man would desire. If she's even married, it's a fucking miracle in her ballpark.
Bear. Men are scary.
With a bear.
What I've heard about bears, they don't always attack you, right? Unless you, like, fuck with them.
Clearly this woman has never heard of a polar bear. Polar bears will not just attack, they will actively hunt your ass down. Like the old saying goes, if it's black, fight back. If it's brown, lay down. If it's white, say goodnight. You're not surviving a polar bear attack. And not to mention, just because a bear doesn't want to attack doesn't mean it won't defend itself if it sees you a threat.
So maybe a bear.
Depends what man, but probably a bear.
Depends on a man. That's funny to me. Clearly this woman has never ever seen any kind of bear there is. Like, have you ever heard of the sloth bear? One of the bears that are actually in the jungle with the dreaded tiger and are known to fend off against tigers. On to another thing that's making these lavender marriages just laughable and pointless is because another thing that women love to do is the one major thing that every woman nowadays says 24/7.
Do we need men?
No.
Do we need men?
Honestly, no.
Do we need men?
No.
Why?
Because they suck.
Now, I see in a nutshell where they're coming from. Do I need a man right now to help me with stuff? No. But generalizing it, do I need a man whatsoever to, run the world and do all this stuff? That's where I draw the line. Is yes, we do need men, because unfortunately you don't see 90% of women outside in the sewers digging through feces trying to figure out why there's a fucking clog and shit. Overall, I feel like these lavender weddings are just straight up horrible ideas because it's just a scapegoat for people who just can't accept that the world requires problems that need to be overcome. The problems of relationships, to remind women that we are not pushovers. We gave you these rules and we can easily take them away. We don't want to because we like that you guys are in the workforce. But the fact that you've now been in the workforce for so fucking long that you think you are better than us is insane to think about. And the nail in the coffin is that women nowadays are waking up uglier and uglier, and the ugliest ones expect the highest order of men. Men who make trillions of dollars a day. Men who can literally buy anything at the drop of a hat. Men who would not even bat an eyelash at these women. Who would more than likely look at these women and say, you know what? I'm gonna fuck it, but then I'm gonna toss it aside, because why would I spend a life with this whore?
What's the most a man should spend on a first date?
I feel like if I'm gonna get ready and I'm gonna use all my products to come out with you, I need like a minimum of $200.
And what does a man get in return for that?
My presents?
How much do you think a man should spend on a first date?
$1,000.
Just reasons like that are why a lot of men are just choosing no longer to date and making women just question where are all the good men at, when reality, they're right in front of you. You just don't pay attention enough.
Where are all the good men that still respect women to understand that they don't deserve to be played with, lied to, and manipulated?
Honestly, that's pretty funny coming from a woman. More than likely, a lot of women are the ones who manipulate and gaslight and do all this shit. I've rarely heard of a man doing that.
Being a good person doesn't get you love. It gets you used. Especially in today's society where these women expect these men to do everything while bringing nothing to the table.
But other than that, I don't really have anything else to say on this matter, other than the fact of the lavender marriages. It's just another scapegoat for people who can't understand that they are causing their own problems. They could have easily fixed this a long time ago, but no. Women and men just have to make it worse and blame it on each other. Why must we keep blaming it on each other? Make sure to like and subscribe, and who knows, maybe I might post more of this.